Thanks, Nick. Well, here we are today, the 100-year anniversary of what was once considered to be a national emblem, a great airline, a great employer. You see the imagery behind us here with the Opera House that they trade on all the time, the spirit of Australia. Well, what is the spirit of Australia? If you look at our national anthem, and we've all sung it, it's Advance Australia Fair. And you've got to ask yourself the question, and I'm sure all Australian taxpayers will be asking this very question: what is fair about a CEO coming in, ripping the guts out of the company, getting $800 million off taxpayers to then further his business model of outsourcing and undercutting the full-time wages and conditions of Qantas employees by giving it to companies like Swissport, with people sleeping on floors between split shifts, under award wages? What is fair about that? And I don't think it's good enough that we allow our elected representatives to hand over that taxpayer money without any strings attached. These are real people here you've all heard from. They've all got mortgages to pay, they've got families to feed, and the consequences of this greed, what it is, of these decisions to cut loose these 2,500 people are real. These people live it day to day, and it's absolutely unforgivable and not good enough. I mean, this is a company, as Michael was saying before, where generations of Australians have worked for. My own sister still works there now. She's been working there for 28 years. She's a flight attendant. She's lucky enough to be getting JobKeeper, and she'll probably be kept on once those flights increase. My mother worked there for 25 years. But why should we have one class of employee who's kept on whilst other hard-working, lower-paid people, baggage handlers, ramp staff, flight presentation staff, why should these people be made insecure when they're getting taxpayers' money from Morrison to keep those employment connections in place? What? So Joyce can further his business model, which is to create a two-tiered system of wages, lower wages and conditions undercutting those full-time employees. That's not the spirit of Australia. That's not advancing Australia fair. And I've got to tell you, they hope this will go away. Every time, and I want to thank my colleagues in the Transport Workers Union, Michael Caine, the National Secretary, and the State Secretary, Richard Olson, every time they think these press conferences will go away, they think we'll let it go in the parliaments. You just heard from my federal colleague, Tony Sheldon. They passed a motion in the Senate asking them to reverse the decision. We did the same thing in the state parliament. We're not going to go because it's not acceptable. We've got to shine a light on this, and the Australian people need to understand that the airline, which they think is great, which they think advances of the spirit of Australia, is simply being used to further a business model about lower wages and conditions. And if you're taking $800 million of taxpayers' money, then you should be able to keep those people fully employed. We won't be giving in, we'll keep campaigning, and all Mr. Morrison has to do is pick up the phone to Joyce and demand that that decision gets reversed and these people have their jobs back with a long-term secure future. Thanks.
Wow.